Let it flow over your body, mind, and soul. Happy Monday! Actually, run that one back. That's really cool. Yeah, no, I like that one. Yes. Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the start of the week. Welcome to the start of this nerdy week. Hopefully. Where's the fucking news? Holy shit! Okay, turn that down a little bit. Here's the other thing, guys. I screwed up. Okay? I screwed up, and who's ready for your favorite segment here on the Den of Nerds Live? Tech support with Josh. I need some help. Help me. Listen, Linda. I bought more Coke? No, I didn't buy more Coke. So, have you guys ever done this? Let me know if anybody else is guilty of this. Right before you're supposed to go live, right, literally, you look at the clock, it's 10:58. Okay? 10:58. And you're like, I want to mess with the color correction a little bit. Yeah, it was a bad idea. Here's the question, okay? The Helldiver shit is crazy. Yeah, it is. We can talk about that. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Whole bunch of stuff to get into today, okay? We got to talk about the rap beef. We got to talk about why people are so mad about the rap beef. We got to talk about Helldivers. We got to talk about PlayStation. We got to talk about Giancarlo Esposito and his comments at the Comic-Con. We got to talk about May the 4th, Star Wars, and why it felt so weird. How I started out being a defender of Star Wars in that stream. And by the end of it, I was So we've got a lot to get into today. But let's start with the color correction. I fucked up. So here's the thing. I have two different LUTs. Do you guys know what a LUT is? L-U-T. Josh, K.1. Look, we're going to get there, okay? Hang on. You're throwing me off. A LUT. L-U-T. Did you see the... What? Did you see the run I tagged you in on Discord? I don't know if I did, brother. I don't know if I did. Josh's LUTs. Oh, jeez. Aaliyah, what's up? Good morning. I hit that like button. Let's go, nerds! Hell yeah! Thanks, man. Stay on track. Yes, stay on target. Okay, so a LUT is basically a filter that color corrects, and it's like saved as a preset. So, let me explain. What did you do now? I'm explaining it right now. So, basically, like, the exposure right now, and like when we're just live, like, it's okay, but it's a little too red. Okay? And partially because of the Cokes, which I will get out of here. Everybody relax about the Cokes. They're gonna leave soon. It's just that shit's heavy. It took me forever to get it all in here. Okay, anyway. I have a couple of LUTs that I apply to the footage, usually when we take the stuff out of the streams and put it up on the main channel. Like when we clip it out. How do I apply the LUTs live? Because there is a filter for that, and yet when I go to apply the files, like I have these two presets. Are they not supposed to be preset files? What files do I get that applies the LUT? Somebody hit me up. Somebody explain it to me. Are they LUT? Oh, Jesus. You can do it easily in OBS Studio. Happy fucking Monday, everybody. Welcome in. Here we go. Josh, you need to hire a full-time deboomer for your tech problems. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Fems. Leon, appreciate the 5, brother. Says, Sony backpedaling on the update is the great thing, but they ruined their image yet again. Smack my head. I almost hate having a PS5 now. LOL, good morning. Yeah, so let's talk about this. Thank you, Leon. Appreciate the 5. Okay. So, how many of you guys know about the Helldivers situation? I'll kind of TLDR it, and I'll give my take on it. It's pretty wild. So, Helldivers game actually kind of crushing it and blowing up over the past couple of months. It's a co-op. I think I even played it on stream a little bit, didn't I? Like, I know I played it on that Twitch stream we did, right? So, Helldivers is a third-person shooter, co-op, kind of persistent world game. It's really cool. It's like over-the-top, like satire, democracy. Like, dude, everybody, like, it's a fun game. It kind of caught the gaming community at the perfect time. And I think partially just because it's a functional game that has a great loop and the devs were really, really present. Like a lot of updates, almost too many updates, honestly, because every once in a while the update would kind of screw up the way that the game performed for me. But big game, man. Huge. Crushing it. Right? Well, I think it was last week. I think it started last week. This is a game that I believe is either published by Sony. It would have to be published by Sony because I forget. I forget what the developer is called. Regardless, Sony kind of came in and made this crazy decision that moving forward, in order to play Helldivers online, you would have to link your PlayStation Network account. Okay? What this basically... Image source and blend options and transparency. Okay, so I think I figured it out. The LUT is an image source in your OBS scene. Okay. Can you send me a link or send me something? Like, just hit me up on either Twitter or Discord, because I could really use that help, so thank you. So, basically, Sony decides that they want all the Helldivers to also be PlayStation Network people. I don't know what the thought was. Maybe they were just like, hey, there's a shit ton of people that play Helldivers. We're not getting enough out of this. Let's make everybody link their Sony account, and all of a sudden we can add a huge amount of numbers to the people that are on the Sony PlayStation Network. That's just, I don't know what the mentality was, but I could imagine it's something like that. Right? Nerd Executive, what's up, brother? Good to see you over on Twitch. By the way, hello to everybody on Twitter. Hello to everybody on Twitch. Hello to everybody on Kick. I'm sorry, it's still talking about Doctor Strange on Kick or whatever. I'll fix it. And of course, what's up on YouTube? So that's just what it seems like to me. Like they just wanted to tap into that fan base and bolster their numbers, and it was just super weird and artificial. Almost immediately, the community starts pushing back in a serious way. And man, one of the reasons because I love Helldivers, but I really like the developers of Helldivers because they kind of took this stance of, hey, it's out of our control, but you should definitely let Sony know. They're not saying, like, dude, go berate them. But they're kind of just saying, like, there's nothing we can do. Take your frustration and your feedback and give it to Sony. And boy, howdy, did the community do that. Crazy, man. Like if you look online, like you can see just the amount of negative Steam reviews, the amount of people tweeting at Sony, they made a whole bunch of noise. And it's funny because this is a community, the Helldivers community, that like the devs will basically put missions that the whole community has to do together. Like as an example, I think when we were playing a couple of weeks ago, the mission was kill 2 billion bugs as a community. And I'm pretty sure the community did that like within a couple hours because everybody got on and was like, let's go kill some fucking bugs. Like it's hilarious that a game that's all based on a large group of people like working together for a common goal. It's fun, that they then turned around and used that same energy to complain to Sony and shit. And it worked. The point of the story is that it worked. The point of the story is that bullying works. And that might seem toxic, but it is true. Bullying works. And now the Helldivers community has defeated the automatons, the bugs, and the corporation that gave you Madam Web and Morbius. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wah. So we got to get the Helldivers community to help us on this Spider-Man thing, is basically what I'm saying. It's called Unity. No, it is Unity. They were damn united. So thank you to the Helldivers community. Democracy, baby. And can we now take that same energy and just get Spider-Man back in the hands of Marvel? That would be great. That would be great. Take that energy to Star Wars. Oh boy, we're gonna get into Star Wars. For better or for worse, we're going to get into Star Wars. Let me just take you through show notes for the week, though. If you're coming in either on the replay or you're coming in live, let me explain what the plan is for this week. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the state of Star Wars, May the 4th. Star Wars holding a W when it comes to releasing Phantom Menace in theaters, but also got a lot of mixed feelings, and so we got to get into the therapy, the group therapy for Star Wars. We got to talk about Giancarlo Esposito, possibility of him being a major character in Marvel. And I think that might be streamlined, so I want to talk about that. There's some Doctor Doom bits out there. I want to say there's a couple other little stories that we could get into. I think that would be really fun. We are continuing this week. If you're a member, we're continuing our deep dive on Image Comics. There's a couple other interviews and podcasts that I want to go over together, just kind of laying out the details of exactly what happened during the whole Image thing. We kind of did a broad strokes look at it last week. We'll go more in-depth this week. That'll be Wednesday night at 7:30. If you are a member, you can join that stream if you're a member here on YouTube or if you're a member on Twitch. It's a little bit more complicated if you're a member on Twitch, but get on the Discord and people will help you out and figure that out. Other than that, I think we're going to have X-Men 97 Pan Ultimate episode Wednesday, so we'll probably be talking about that on Wednesday's stream. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if there's anything else going on this week. I'm hopeful that some news drops. I'm hopeful that there's some juicy stuff that we can talk about. Oh, you know what? If you're a Unity collector, this is the other thing. If you're a Unity collector, we're going to have a stream on Thursday. And it's going to be a cool stream, man. I actually have a cool plan to do some fun stuff with the collectors as we build up the part of the book for the special edition. So there's two versions of the Unity graphic novel. One's just the regular. One is the special edition. The special edition one has, like, lore and maps and interesting, like, things. So we're going to start talking about that with the collectors early on. And I'll, kind of be developing that stuff along with them, which I think is cool. I want to talk about the characters this Thursday and also the war and explaining, like, what actually happened during the initial war, which is 30 years before the story of Unity. So we're going to be doing that Thursday. That'll be really cool. Here's tutorial for Lutz with the picks. Okay, cool. How do I grab that, though? I can't even right-click off of the group chat here. Yeah, can you send that to me in a DM, please? I can't seem to grab it from the chat on Streamlabs. You can't right-click anything on there? Of course you can. Josh says, can I get knighted? Josh on Killer Shit. Welcome to the Nerdvengers, baby. You are a Nerdvenger now. Hell yeah. Elisa El Gaib. That's cool. I like that. I like that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I needed to talk about this week, but I can't really think of it. But if you guys think of anything, we can also just kind of get into other stuff today. Should be a fairly chill stream. Hold up. I never got knighted. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do the knighting everybody again. You know, and I never got knighted. You can't. I can't do it. It can't turn into the I never got knighted. I never got knighted. I never got knighted. If you never got knighted, you have to file your complaints via an email process. You know, and just get somebody on the Discord and find the email and then email me. Can't do that. Night D's. Oh, Caleb, what do you mean, Night D's? D's what? What do you mean, Caleb? Drop the email. I think it's like too bad, so sad at dennerds@gmail.com. We need a ceremony, Josh? Holy shit. Holy shit. Fortnite? I don't know. Okay? I thought I was going to do a big, long Fortnite stream on Saturday. Oh, my God. Should we just get into the Star Wars thing? How about this? Before we get into the Star Wars stuff, can we just talk a little bit about the rap beef? And also, I just want to know, because this, to me, man, this rap beef, I'm fascinated by this rap beef. And not just the beef itself, but I'm fascinated by how big it is. Man. Okay. Let's start here. Josh's ADD brain, you're not wrong. Listen, Linda. Hey, throw a 1 into the chat if you're sick of the rap beef. It's okay. You're in a safe space. Throw a 1 into the chat. If you're one of those people out there that's like, I'm so sick of this shit. Everywhere I turn, here it is. This, that, rap, blah. This person dropped, that person dropped. What does drop even mean? Yeah, so I get it. I get it. I see your comments. I see some of the people, you know, in the Discord. I see some of the people on Twitter. The funniest one for me is, like, people on Twitter are like, stop talking about this and just promote unity. And I'm just like, dude, what? What are you talking about, bro? Like, trust, I'll promote unity when the time's right. You think I'm just going to stop promoting you? Like, I'm just going to be like, you know what? Maybe this comic that I'm pouring my heart and soul into, my entire reputation is wrapped up into, it's my fucking favorite goddamn thing. I think about it when I go to sleep, wake up. Yeah, I'm just going to say, fuck that, and then let's Drake and Ken. No! Holy shit! Trust me, when it's unity time, I will be screaming from the rooftops. Holy shit. Okay. But I want to explain the rap beef to you guys, and all of you people that just put the 1s into the chat, I want you to listen to this next part because it's important. Captain's got to teach stuff. Okay? Over the past week, basically, since this beef began and really got, erupted, okay, I have seen less fighting on the timeline. I've seen less porn bots on the timeline. I've seen less OnlyFans girls getting into the comments of stuff that is completely unrelated and saying that boobs in bio and all that sort of stuff, okay? I have seen less pollution outside, okay? I've seen less crime in the streets, all right? I've personally felt less pain in my bad knee. The point is, what I'm trying to say to you is I know you might not like how pervasive this is. But you cannot deny it is taking over. It's changed. Like, you can feel the impact of it, and it's crazy. And I don't exactly know why. I mean, I almost feel like the simulation is about to break or something, you know? Not to get too crazy on you guys, but like, If you think about it and you think about like the attention that's being given here and just like the speed at which stuff is dropping, the conversations being processed. I mean, we just had a weekend, right? And for the people that really are in this, especially the content creators, like this wasn't a weekend. This was like a crunch week at work. Like it's insane. It's insane. So I don't know, man. Like, obviously, I am invested, but I'm also shocked at how many people are invested, dude. Like, it is taken over conversation completely. Like, it's wild, right? So, we're going to talk about it a little bit. And there's all sorts of, thoughts that I have, like, kind of surrounding it and, like, thinking about it. I will just say for the most recent bit, which is, of course, Drake dropping, a lot of people were having this conversation before Drake dropped of, should you even reply to those kind of shots? Like, do you really respond to those? There's got to be like a way to say that won't get me taken off YouTube, but you know what I mean. The young people, he likes some young kind of like. Do you even respond to that? Is that a good idea? Is there any way to respond to that doesn't just feel like nuh-uh? And I think after yesterday. And hindsight's 2020, right? But I think, you probably shouldn't. It's basically what I'm saying. Because look, I think it's actually a good song. I think that he actually has bars in there, but it does come off a little bit like, no, I'm not that, and you think that because you got molested. What? What? What a wild fucking take. What a wild fucking take. And some of the rebuttals, like, bro, the irony of name dropping, like an Epstein, right? And then later on saying, like, I'm too rich and famous for that to be true. And I think on top of that, I mean, like, he literally has every type of nerd, every type of person that's invested in this is coming at him. Like, I didn't even know there wasn't a B sharp, but the music heads out there and like the music nerds, they're like, they hear the song and they see the wave. What I mean is the anti-Drake wave, which is absolutely sweeping the nation. And they're like, you know what? There isn't even a fucking B sharp. The hell is this dude even talking about? He doesn't even know fucking music. And it's like, oh my God. He can't. It's just, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. Yeah, I think he's getting cooked alive, man. It's real crazy. And did he bow out with that song? Because what a weak fucking way to bow out to. Like, I'm sorry, it just is. Like, if that's your bow out song, like, it can't be. That can't be your bow out song, bro. And look, I'm almost done. Some of you people are like, God damn it, you're still talking about it. Relax. The other thing that I find to be so fascinating about it, it's so funny, is all of the memes about J. Cole. When J. Cole first saw his way out, a lot of people, including myself, were like, what the fuck? What do you mean? And now everybody's like, yep, we get it. And there's a ton of like memes about this stuff, man, of like showing all this violence and then cutting to J. Cole and he's just like in the grass with his shoes off. You know, like that kind of energy just all over the place. It's very funny. He actually has come out of this looking pretty good. Which is crazy, because, like, dude, that was a serious clown type move, I think. Like, you released a disc, which was actually pretty good. It was, you know, it was light. It didn't go hard, but it was like, it was good. And then he apologized 2 days later and took it off streaming. It just looked bad. But now, it's starting to make a little bit more sense. Now it's like, yeah, probably a good move. Probably the move. And maybe potentially even a move that Drake wishes he made himself. Because I just don't know, man. It feels to me like a cultural shift. It almost feels like there's deeper layers to this. I don't know. It's wild. It is wild, man. Last point I'll make on this, okay? Because I know some of you guys are like, I'll change the channel. I fucking will. Yeah, right. You lost the remote 2 months ago. You haven't found it. And I know your ass isn't getting up to the TV. So sit there and listen to this last point. All right. Last point on this. Last point. Kendrick inadvertently proved something absolutely horrible about humanity. That's actually totally true. It kind of sucks, but I don't even think he necessarily planned this, but it is what it is. Check this out. A lot of the time, these days, when it comes to the news, you'll have the news come out and say a story that is not true. And they'll come out and they'll report it with a big, crazy headline. It'll make waves. It gets spread around. But it's not really true. Then, like the next day or whenever, it's like the article will get a little editor's note thing. Or a fact check thing. This, and, you know, that. And nobody cares. The initial story is the one that stays within the consciousness. The adjustment or the editor's note or the fact-checked thing, nobody cares. Nobody cares. My point is, I actually do think that Kendrick took bait and made a fake song, basically, about some fake information about Drake having a daughter. I think that's true. Meaning I think it's not true. Meaning it's a lie, and that's the truth. Think about it. The point is, maybe if the world worked a little bit more functionally, it would be a big deal. It would be something people would be like, oh, wow, that is crazy. This dude lied and made a whole song based off of lies. And it literally doesn't matter. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is saying that. Nobody cares. Everybody thinks Meet the Grams is still a shot. everybody still sees it as important and a big deal. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Dude, no, I'm sorry. That's wild. Like, I get it, and you can try to explain it to me a million different ways, and maybe some of you are right. But you cannot tell me that I'm wrong in making this point, because it just proves that the truth doesn't matter. Narrative matters. That's what it is. Narrative matters. The truth doesn't matter. People literally know, or maybe some people doubt it, that this dude literally been on a lie, and it literally doesn't matter. 0 points taken away, no foul, no shots, you're not over the limit. It doesn't matter. That's just what it is. And, hey, you could try to change the world, or you could try to just understand the world and work within it. Look at how riled up everybody is. Why are you guys so riled up? Why are you guys so riled up? Okay, let's catch up on some chats. Patrick Ray, what's up, brother? Says, I'm just, hello, Nerdvengers 420, Nerdvengers for life. Appreciate you, brother. Good to see you. Seconds from Disaster says, Giancarlo for Mr. Sinister. Much love, Josh. Ooh, I'm actually adding that to my notes, and I'm going to act like I came up with it. Thank you so much, man. That's kind of a good pick, bro. That's a good one. Thank you. Seconds from Disaster. Kendall says, the moment you say, glad I got you mad, you lost. Maybe. Look, I think there's probably a way to say that that's true, though, because I do think, like, man, what was the first clapback that Drake did? Push-ups, right? To me, part of why push-ups works is because, like, when he said, when you're cooking up, you have my picture on the wall, like, that felt real because it was literally all of these people going at Drake. When everybody's just going at one person, it does feel a little try-hard. Feels like they have a clique and they're a group chat where they're cooking this up and planning this out. And that is fucking lame. It is a little bit lame. So I think it works on push-ups. I think this one doesn't work because the clapbacks are bad. Like, the clapbacks are fucking bad, bro. Like, he mentioned Millie Bobby Brown. Nobody mentioned Millie, dude. What are you talking about? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Rossi with a 10 spot, man. Appreciate you. Says, I was so bummed I missed the May the 4th stream. I was at a family reunion. I could care less about the Morgan arc. I liked Barra's arc. Again, I think Dave tried to swing big and ended up bunting. How does that work? Just physically? And also, Rossi, I appreciate the support, man. And you followed up with a 20. Holy shit. So how would that work when you're swinging big and then you end up bunting? So like, like how does that work? Can somebody explain it to me? Like, and then you like, at the very end, you like, and bunt. Because you kind of know you're bunting, is my point. It's not a bunt if it's a foul ball, right? So appreciate all the support. Not a good metaphor, though. Love you, though. I don't think people are missing understanding Barris in Clone Wars. She bombed the temple in protest of Clone Wars. She wasn't a Darksider. She was just against the Jedi not being peacekeepers in the Clone Wars. She becomes what the Jedi should be. Oh, my God. You did not just say that to me. You did not just say that to me. Holy shit, Rossi. No way, bro. No way. I actually think that misses, and by the way, ironically, I think what you're saying in your super chat is a little bit of like Leslie Headland energy. I hope not. I hope I'm proven wrong when I watch The Acolyte, but I actually feel that that's the exact thing I am super worried about for Acolyte and for Star Wars. No, man, no. Like, if you don't like the Jedi and you think the Jedi are corrupt and you become a terrorist, you are not, that's not justifiable. You have now joined the dark side. It doesn't matter what your justification is for it. You have joined the dark side. So, no fucking way, bro. That's a horrible dark side person when it starts. So, for her to come back, that's the arc. That's what I believe. Like, I in no way, shape, or form think that bombing is ever a justifiable way to protest a corruption. And I actually think that is something that George is trying to show throughout not just the prequels, but in the Clone Wars. There are a lot of arcs within the Clone Wars that talk about freedom fighters on particular systems or planets. And a lot of these people feel justified in using like force and aggression and war to try to like bring about justice. And I'm not, by the way, I'm not talking about the real world, even though I think there is a thread there. We're talking about the morality of Star Wars. The morality of Star Wars is simply to say, no, that's not how that works. If you do that, you are going to the dark side. Like that's my opinion of it. Yeah, that's my opinion of it. Okay. Should we talk about May the 4th, man? Should we talk about May the 4th? How many of you guys had a good May the 4th? I want to know. And how many of you guys got excited for May the 4th? How many of you guys? What was the energy as you went into the May the 4th? What do you think? We don't have to talk about it? Oh, but we do. Oh, but we do. I'm going to pause the music there. Oh, my God, bro. I still don't understand why the music gets all fucked up. I don't get it. May the 4th made me feel weird as a Star Wars fan. There was a moment where I got genuinely excited for it. And I've told you guys this before, but me with Star Wars, it's kind of this thing where I'm pretty apathetic just as my sort of standard setting. I'm not like thinking about Star Wars often. And I actually kind of try not to. So I'm kind of like super apathetic just as a base level. However, because a lot of you guys are Star Wars fans and I obviously have covered a lot of Star Wars in the past and likely will do so in the future, I can't really escape Star Wars. So Star Wars gets brought up on my streams by you lovely people all the time. And I'm sort of always pulled into Star Wars. So I go from an apathetic perspective to being pulled in, and generally when I am pulled in, I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated at the state of Star Wars. I'm frustrated at the state of the Star Wars fandom. There's all sorts of reasons for this, right? But occasionally I will find myself just being at that same place that I was like before seeing Force Awakens. And, you know, just when Star Wars came back under Disney, it did reinvigorate a lot of my love for Star Wars and created a huge conversation around Star Wars. When Star Wars Fortnite was previewed, I was like, oh man, like I really like Star Wars Fortnite. It's awesome. So I get excited. You know, Tales of the Empire coming out on May the 4th. That's a really exciting prospect. And even watching some of the Acolyte stuff, I find myself going back to a place where I get excited. So I say all of that to say we get to Saturday, May the 4th, right? And I start the stream up, and I was already having a good morning. We went out to Free Comic Book Day, which was fantastic. I hope a lot of you guys in chat went to Free Comic Book Day as well. So we're coming back from Free Comic Book Day. I'm feeling good, getting the stream set up in a really good mood, and a really good vibration, right? And I get the stream started, and the general plan was we'll watch the Acolyte trailer. I knew that they had dropped one earlier that morning. Watch the Acolyte trailer, kind of break it down together. Then we were going to watch Tales of the Empire together, and then we were going to play Star Wars Fortnite. Now, at the beginning of that stream, I was in a really good mood, and several of you, some of you guys were there, and you were not in a good mood. Like Philip. Philip's in the chat right now. Philip, at the beginning of Saturday's stream, Philip was expressing his frustrations, expressing his negativity towards Star Wars, and I think a little bit of like Tales of the Empire, Acolyte, and everything, right? So I came in, and a lot of you guys were kind of being a bummer. And I'm sitting up there trying to maintain. I'm at a good vibe, bro. I'm actually excited. And part of the reason I was excited was because, to me, Tales of the Empire on May the 4th, that's a really cool concept. Tales of the Jedi was fantastic, man. Tales of the Jedi is some of the best stuff we've gotten in the last several years of Star Wars. It felt like maybe, I don't know, it felt like a revelation. It stood far and away above a lot of other content that Star Wars has given us, okay? So when you turn around and you do Tales of the Empire, it's the same kind of project, Tales of the Jedi, Tales of the Empire. They even use Tales of the Jedi in the marketing for Tales of the Empire. They use them. So I'm sitting back like, wow, some of the best Star Wars that we've gotten in a long time is getting a sequel. We're doing Empire stuff. I love getting a perspective on the Empire. Hell yeah, right? So I'm like getting excited about it. And at the beginning of the stream, I had this kind of feeling where a lot of you were being kind of grumpy. And I was like trying to keep the grumpy energy away. And I was trying to just enjoy Star Wars because I found myself somehow, some way at the place where I'm excited and I could actually be excited for Star Wars. Now, fast forward, right? 2 hours later, after watching Tales of the Empire, I'm so frustrated. I don't play any Fortnite and I had to leave to go to the gym. And I basically became the thing that I was fighting against at the beginning of the stream. I went full Darth Vader. I went full Anakin. The beginning of the stream, I was like trying to tell y'all, like, no, leave that energy. Like, let's just try to be excited for one day about Star Wars. By the end of the stream, I'm full on Darth Vader. Disney can do nothing right. Like, just going crazy. I literally went there. I became a total grumper again. And it was so depressing, man. Like, I was having all sorts of thoughts. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. Like, after Saturday, I thought to myself, I was like, dude, I don't even want to do Star Wars at all anymore. Like, and I want to just kind of be, like, honest about it and be open about it. Because there's only so many times where I can get to that place again where I somehow, some way, despite all of the damage, all the baggage, all the bullcrap, where I can actually get myself into a place where, like, hey, show me the Star War. I'm ready for the Star War, and I will try to be excited about this. There's only so much of that I have left, and I don't want to, like, I actually don't want to be negative, and I've, especially in this year of our Lord 2024, I have tried to get away from things that I have to cover in a negative way. And it's an ongoing process. It's something that I'm adjusting to and trying to figure stuff out. But in my mind, it's kind of like, why would I continue to cover things that just make me angry? For some people, that's great. They want to do that, or they're psychopaths, so they don't actually have any feelings and they just care about AdSense dollars. Either way, God bless you. I'm not that guy. I actually don't enjoy talking about stuff that, like, I'm actually, like, angry and, like, really upset about. I don't like it. I don't. I would just rather leave it alone. You know what I mean? So, man, Saturday kind of fucked me up. Like I literally went from like full on trying, reaching a good place, feeling good about it, to being like dragged back into the depths of mediocrity and being so fucking angry with Lucasfilm. And I know that sounds crazy. Like, here's the thing. From the outsiders coming in, that might sound crazy. Maybe some of you guys actually thought Tales was cool. That's fine. Maybe some of you you like all the Disney stuff. That's fine too. But I could just tell you authentically, honestly, how I feel. It is fucking miserable, dude. Miserable. And when I get tied into these things, and when I have something like this happen, where you have Tales of the Jedi, which is, I think, just like a celebration, something truly remarkable, absolutely incredible, and then to get what feels like a corporate cookie cutter, watered down version of the first one, but put the Star Wars logo on it and tell them to shut the fuck up. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe it's not so much of a big of a deal that the new animated Star Wars thing is mid. Like, maybe some of you don't care. But for me, I'm sorry, I do fucking care. And it's just annoying, man. And then, like, you think about Acolyte, right? And Acolyte's coming out, and I think a lot of you guys know, if you've really been watching, like, I'm trying to give Acolyte a fair shot, right? I'm trying to give Acolyte a fair shot. But the indications that I have and the things that I see out there, it feels like the show's DOA. Like, it feels like the show is dead on arrival. The trailer's already ratioed. The views on the breakdowns for the trailer are low. It feels almost like this sort of perfect continuation of some of the worst things that I think Disney Star Wars has been doing over the past couple of years. And I'm not even like, I'm not getting into some of this cultural war stuff that a lot of other people talk about. I'm just talking about in terms of quality, in terms of the way the company speaks to its own audience, which I would call public relations. It just, I don't feel good about any of this. And to go from a place where I found myself excited about May the 4th to being so angry, I'm sitting in the gym in between sets like, should I even talk about Star Wars ever again on my shit? Like, that doesn't feel good, man. And you know what? Another thing too, like, I'll just take it one step further and I'll just try to be honest about it. Maybe Star Wars itself is better off without fans like me, frankly. You know what I mean? Like, maybe the new version of Star Wars, whatever it is now and whatever they think it'll be moving forward, like, maybe it's better off without fans like me, because there's probably people that still fuck with it, that like it, think it's cool, and they don't need grumpy old Josh coming in and being like, well, back in my day, we had good shit, you know, stuff like that. So I don't feel wanted by a lot of the Star Wars community. I don't feel wanted as a customer by Lucasfilm. I feel miserable when I cover Star Wars in my content. So what the fuck are we doing? Like, what are we doing? And maybe we should stop. Like, real talk, maybe it's time. Like, maybe it's time to permanently stop covering Star Wars. That's how bad it ended up feeling for me as a fan. How was May the 4th for you? Better than yours, apparently? Yeah, I don't doubt that. And the other thing is, like, the prequels came out, right? The Phantom Menace came out and crushed it in the box office. I think globally it did like 14 million, which is crazy. Like literally crazy. Second place in the top 10 of the box office. Great, right? Great for them. And I should have just did that. Like, I should have just did that. I should have just went and saw that movie. Probably would have had a good time. Probably would have been feeling much better. Instead, I kind of opened myself up to what is Lucasfilm of the current day offering me as a fan right now? That's what Tales of the Empire is. And it, dude, like, I don't know. It's a tough one because, like, I can understand, like, if I just try to process it from a different perspective and think about it as maybe a person that's not as hardcore, it probably seems silly. And it probably seems weird to like let a singular mid animated show cause this much like stress and discomfort and anger, right? Like I can totally understand that. I see the perspective. It's a valid perspective. I also can't deny that that is authentically how I felt. So sometimes the way we react to things, you know, maybe it doesn't make the most sense. Right? Like there's certain types of bees that can't even sting you. And sometimes you'll see them and freak the fuck out. Because you don't want to get stung. Right? And I don't know, man. It's just like, especially when I, like in the quiet moments, I think about what do I want to do with YouTube and streaming? How do I want to move in the space? And what kind of like energy do I want to put out there? Right? It's like, I don't see a way forward with Star Wars. Like, does anything I'm saying make sense? And also, thank you for coming to my therapy/TED Talk on that one. I appreciate it. Let me catch up on some chats here. And then we'll talk more about it, okay? Okay, Matei says, Morgan's arc was meh, but seeing the other characters was cool. Barris's arc was pretty dope, but it doesn't hold a candle to Tales of the Jedi. Much love, man. Yeah, that's the thing, is it doesn't hold a candle to Tales of the Jedi. It feels very underwhelming. And, like, I kind of, like, I even have empathy for the writer, because apparently Dave did the story, but there were different writers on the particular episodes. And that's probably because Dave's too busy to actually write the whole thing himself, right? And Dave's kind of taking on a lot of other work with like his movie, producing John's movie and Ahsoka Season 2 and stuff like that, right? But like, I don't know. All I know for sure is I understand the business side, but as a fan, I'll just tell you, man, it's not the time to be dropping some mid-ass shit like that. Like, if X-Men 97 was mid, we would have fucking been in the streets, bro. Like, real talk. And I'm not even saying if X-Men 97 would have been bad. I'm saying if X-Men 97 had been mid. If it was mid, we all would have been like, why did you make it then? This was my childhood. This was my gateway nerd drug. What is this? Don't do it unless you can back it up. And Tales of the Empire is fucking sloppy, bro. I'm sorry, it is, and I have empathy for the writers. I'm not saying they phoned it in. I mean, shit, writing can be difficult. So, you know, like, I get it. I'm not trying to attack any individual here. I'm more just speaking to my authentic experience as a fan. And I ultimately blame the corporation. I blame Lucasfilm. I blame Disney, because it feels like it was just treated as a product that didn't need to be that good. And I'm telling you one thing, like, you say what you will about George, there's a lot of things you could bring up about George, but George never phoned it in. George never took the audience for granted. George went hard, maybe in some ways that were shocking. The prequels are very different than what came before, But I mean, like, he spared no expense. You know what I mean? What's wrong with it? I mean, okay, so what's technically wrong with it? There's all sort of like technical things that are wrong with it. I feel like pacing is part of it. I feel like even the concept is a little bit weird, where like in Tales of the Jedi, you're talking about iconic Jedi characters who we know these certain things about, but we never had it like filled in, right? We know Dooku turns, we know that, but we never had it filled in. Well, now you get this super emotional thing with like Yaddle going there, him turning, the moments with Qui-Gon, at the tree. It's like it's very impactful to characters that we already have an attachment to. And I think Tales of the Empire just focused on like some kind of whimsical stuff. Like even Thrawn and Morgan, I think that could have been fine, but it's so detached from anything else that's big Star Wars in the movie. It feels like it's just there to explain Ahsoka and Thrawn. And that doesn't have the same vibe as like, oh, here's this thing you already know about Star Wars. Here's an extra layer to it that's actually going to make what you loved already feel more impactful. And this just doesn't have any of that juice. I feel like there's a lot of pacing things that are weird. Like the turn in the last arc is too fast. It doesn't feel earned. You can see it coming 1,000 miles away. It's not good enough. I feel like the Thrawn, Corvus, all that sort of stuff, like there's interesting stuff there, but it just amounts to not being good enough. And I think if you're going to do the legacy of Tales of the Jedi, you have to come hard. Like you have to figure out, like real talk, man. It should have been Tarkin, maybe young Sheev. Like imagine Plagueis teaching young Sheev about his political vision for the Republic becoming an empire. Like, that's what I mean. Like, that's the juice. That would have connected to something that is like the beating heart of that story. Instead, we're given a lackluster Barriss story. You could have covered Baylan, but even Baylan isn't really connected to anything super impactful for the main Star Wars movies. I feel like if you're going to spin off, right, which is what Tales is, spin off from Star Wars movies. Don't spin off from spin-off shows. Like, that's wild. Tarkin would have been brilliant. How many of you guys read the Tarkin book? This should have been Reva. Superman posted. What does that mean? Superman joined the rap battle? Yo, Batman v Superman rap battle, though? That's kind of cool. Yeah, how many of you guys read the Tarkin novel? It's fan-fucking-tastic, dude. It's fantastic. Reading is hard. Put an audiobook on like the rest of us plebs. Tarkin's fantastic, man. The whole thing of like on his planet, how harsh it is, the sort of coming of age thing. Like it's crazy. Tarkin is a badass, bro. Yeah, so to me, Tales of the Empire. Damn. James Gunn just revealed the suit. Is that true? Somebody tag me on the Twitters. I do not see that. Where's the Superman business? No. That's the suit? Bruh. Hold on a second, chat. Hold on a second. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't like it. Look, maybe. Okay, hang on. I'll put myself back over here. Hang on, man. Breaking news. Wait, I should have like breaking news. James Gunn James Gunn dropped the first official look at the actual Superman suit. By the way, chat, this isn't a troll, right? Like this is actually it. Like, help me out here. Help me out here. This is actually it because I don't want to go in on this thing if it's not the actual suit. This was actually posted by James Gunn. This is actually posted by James Gunn. Why does it look like it's made by AI? Why does this look like AI? And what the fuck is the background? It's like they asked the AI, do a shitty Superman suit sitting in a chair in a apartment and have the Power Rangers fighting in the background. That's probably the prompt. Somebody go look that up on Midjourney because this is dog shit. Now, the suit itself, I cannot believe it. Guys, is this real? This cannot be real. It has to be fake, right? Double check right now. Somebody double check. This cannot actually be real. This is actually real. Somebody show me this attached to Gunn's actual thing here because I do not think this is real. No. 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 It's got to be fake. No. It says, people are saying it's real. Where does this come from? Hang on now. No. It's real? No. It's from Gunn's No. No. This cannot be real. Okay, hang on. We got to go to the polls on this. This is horrible, in my opinion. Hang on now. Hang on. Let's go to the polls. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you guys will like it. You like this Superman suit? Yes or no? Bro, how can this be the real suit? And what is this image, bro? What is this image? Why do you have the goofy-ass Power Rangers level PNG beam weapon bullshit in the background? What is this? No! Oh my God, it looks horrible. Okay, this looks like somebody did an MCU version of Superman from Phase 2. What is with all of these seams? Why do we have all of these seams? Why is it not even form-fitting? What is with the length of the material? Why is it so thick? What the fuck is up with the collar? It looks like they took Star-Lord's uniform and duct taped the cape and the symbol on it and gave him those stupid red plastic boots that were trending on TikTok. This is trash. Oh my God, this is horrible. I still don't believe it, man. I cannot believe it. No. No. Bro, no. This is the Superman? This is the Superman suit? Oh. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think this is trash, dude. Like I think this is horrible. And if it somehow looks better when he's standing in like normal lighting and not on some AI created background or something, like if he looks, just show us it looking better. Can you show us a better version of this? Bro, there ain't no way. And bro, no. No. And what is, hang on. What is the internet saying about this? Do people like this? Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Hang on. I gotta post about this. This looks horrible. This is why I can't react to stuff, man. This is why I can't react to, and I shouldn't. When the Pedro Pascal thing happened with the Fantastic Four, and they had like the image and shit, like I kind of feel bad about commenting on that and talking about how terrible I thought it looked. I mean, I do think it looks terrible, but you know, maybe should try to pump the brakes a little bit and not just go so crazy. But wow, that is shockingly bad to me. Like, I don't know what I was expecting, but I damn sure was not expecting whatever this is. Some kind of scuba suit with seams all over it and padding. This can't be real, bro. Please, James, listen, James. We've had our differences in the past. But if you come out right now and you say, of course that's not the real suit, and shame on you all for thinking I would make something so shitty, I will back you up 1,000%. I will be like, see, I told you guys, there's no way he would make this the suit. You guys are crazy. I will, please, James, please. You're debunk crazy. You're a debunk motherfucker. You're badunking all over the place. I get it. You probably got, I mean, how... Bro, there is no way. There's no way. Mm-mm. Guys, okay. I need some help. I need some help here. Because there's people saying they actually like it. I just help me understand. Like, just help me understand. How and why do you like it? Like, what? There are people that are saying they like it. What's to understand? What's to understand is this. How do you not see that it's the worst Superman suit I've ever seen? We just did a deep dive on Superman. We've seen so many versions of Superman from the fucking 30s till recent. Comics, animation, shows. I'll tell you this. The fucking radio show version of Superman, his suit looked better than this. Think about it. So I just need it to make sense. I need to know, how are you looking at a Pollock painting done with dog turds, and how are you stomaching it? I need to know. What is happening? Ain't no way. Ain't no way, dude. CGI can fix it? Ah! Oh my God. Did you want a skin tight suit? Wait a minute. You mean like Superman? Yeah, maybe I would have been okay with that. Maybe it's supposed to look bad. Oh. Okay. All right. Yeah, supposed to look bad. I think this is garbage. What is this, bro? There's no way. There's no way. Wow. Well, you know what they say, guys. We've been at this a while. You know. And I think DC has existed in kind of a unique space for some time. And that is to say that DC is a constant reminder of the fact that while it is bad for Lucasfilm and Star Wars fans, at least we are not DC. And so, like a Deus Ex Machina, James Gunn and DC here to hand Star Wars a little bit of credit. Wow. Okay. Wow. That's your Superman, Josh? Hell no. I don't claim that Superman. Star-Lord looking Superman. Ugh. It's bro. Holy shit. Hey, Josh, check out the Lego Star Wars What If trailer. I'm good. Thank you, though. Okay, let's catch up on some chats. That was a shocking turn of events. Here, you know what? I'm gonna send that bit to my editor, actually. I don't know if he'll be able to get a video out of that because it's probably a lot of me just saying, no way, bro. Ain't no way, bro. But we're going to try. We'll see. Wow. Wow. I think it looks horrible, dude. Horrible. My God. I'm still in shock. Is it or It's bro. It's That is a horrible Superman suit, dude. If you look at Snyder's first look, his version, it didn't look great either. And that somehow makes this horse shit better? Like, what? I don't understand, dude. What are we doing here? There's no way. Okay. We were just talking about bullying and how it works. Well, chat. This suit's so bad. I think Drake and Kendrick need to change up. And they both need to just turn on James Gunn. Wouldn't that be crazy? If all of a sudden they were like, you know what? Okay. Let's catch up on some of these. Talon says, man, I love Star Wars, but I have accepted what Disney brings to the table with it. Enjoy what I can and brush off the bad. Sad to even type this out. Dude, I know, but that's like, bro, like you're saying it, I'm saying it, a lot of people in chat said, dude, it's fucking hard. And this community, I know to maybe some people on the outside might not get this. This community tries to be positive, dude. Like, I'm trying. Like, I keep finding myself able to come back to that place, and I just keep getting kicked in the dick, and it doesn't feel good. You know? That shit is trash. Okay, Philip Hatch, 20 spot. That's very generous. Holy shit, bro. Says, I didn't mean to poop on the stream, LOL, but I feel like most people couldn't care less about Morgan Elsbeth. Barris, on the other hand, we've been impatiently waiting for the rest of her arc, and Lucasfilm managed to F it up. Yeah, well, I'll say this, man. I really appreciate the support, and I hope I didn't come too hard at you. No Diddy. Or no Drizzy. I hope I didn't, I wasn't too aggressive on Saturday, because I understand where you're at. I was just trying to keep the vibes good. And then by the end of the stream, I was right where you were at anyway. Do you know what I mean? Josh, the new Superman suit is your old teacher. Thank you, Masmas. I appreciate that. You're probably right. I'll try to find the lesson. Justified says, I was going into Acolyte with hope. After Tales, I'm pretty much done. Lucasfilm literally might be worse than Sony. I'm where you were a year ago. Dude, yeah. And, at some level, it's like, okay, it's good to, let it out, you know, and, this is a safe space. No Diddy. But real talk, dude, where is the space for people like us to be able to talk about it? Because you go on Twitter and you say that, and people are just going to say you're sexist. That's the fucking shorthand that a lot of these dweebs use to defend Star Wars. And Lucasfilm, by the way, sitting back and being like, you know, not one to correct or try to calm the waters, right? You get on Star Wars and you're like, man, I just don't know about Tales of the Empire. It's probably because it was whamming and you hate them. It's like, holy shit. My God, bro. Where's the space where we can just get in here and be like, you know, I think they really fucked this up. And that's a shame, because I love Star Wars and I want to love Star Wars. You know? Just sucks. But at least we can kind of, I guess that's what the streams are, kind of, right? Because we can get in here and just talk about it, let it out, you know? Josh, it's been an hour. Let's talk about Giancarlo, not Gina Carano. Although, now that I think about it, both their names are eerily similar. Hey, JJ Limon, thanks for gifting a membership. Yeah, we're going to get into the Giancarlo thing. Let me catch up on just a couple of more chats, and then we'll get into the Giancarlo thing, because I need a palate cleanser. Because that Superman shit is horrible. Kendall says, remaking Star Wars allows for separation for fans. I don't even know what that means, and I don't want to know what it means. Appreciate you, though, bro. Rossi says, sorry, the second Super didn't come out the way I wanted to due to the text limit. I give Tales a 5.5. Do you think that Dave should go or be fired now? No, I don't think Dave should go or be fired. If anything, The corporation should have spent more time on it. Made it better. I do see a lot of people starting to turn on Dave, though. And I'm pretty sure it's all Agent Llama's fault. You know, I'm not one to point fingers, but Agent Llama, where you at, motherfucker? You're giving too much credit to Dave. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Rossi. I appreciate your support, brother. Obi says with a 10 spot, that's very generous too, man. Says, it sucks to hear, but you're right about Star Wars. Your Yuuzhan Vong theory stream during Ahsoka was one of the best of all time. I love all your theories and streams around Star Wars, but not worth it, maybe. Yeah, that's the thing is like, you know what I've been thinking a lot about lately, man? You know what I've been thinking a lot about lately? Is passion. Passion. I think passion is the secret ingredient to success, a happy life. Passion is important. I think passion is like maybe the word that we use when we say passion isn't even enough. You know, passion might be something spiritual, holy, you know, otherworldly. And I want a life full of passion and things that I'm passionate about. And when I started this channel, when I started these channels, I was passionate about it. You know, when Disney brought Star Wars back, and you still have to give credit to them for at least doing this, it brought Star Wars back to the forefront of pop culture. Several of those years surrounding The Force Awakens were truly great. I had normies at work coming to me to ask me about Star Wars questions, part of the reason why I even started the channel. And that was just like a good vibe. It was cool to be passionate about something that was popping, and it was great. Right? And then Marvel. Once Marvel starts popping, I mean, I was passionate about that. I still am. I'm passionate about those comic book characters. I'm passionate about the MCU versions, what the MCU was able to accomplish, and it felt great to, like, as somebody who's been a lifelong nerd, to watch how the world was responding between Infinity War and Endgame, and then to watch the discussions around Endgame. It felt like the comic shop that was the little thing, or like the grocery store with the spinner rack, all of a sudden the whole planet was in the same comic shop, and we're all just talking about the cool nerdy shit. I was passionate about it, you know? And I think, you know, with YouTube, this is one of the things is you get kind of niched in, and that's why it's so difficult with Star Wars. Is like, I'm just damn sure not passionate about where Star Wars is at right now. And it's like anytime I find myself getting back to that feeling, the harsh juxtaposition against that passion and the reality of what they're actually doing is like almost too much to take. You know what I mean? Like, it just... And when Ahsoka popped off, I mean, this is part of the reason why I think some people kind of get confused around Ahsoka, right? But when Ahsoka pops off, I'm passionate about it, even though it's flawed. And the last two episodes are really flawed, but before that, that episode stretch of like episode 4 to episode 6, even really 3, because I think 3 is pretty good. 3 to 6, bro, not only is it good, it's got me going back to Legends books, got me looking at old interviews where the writers of Legacy of the Force is talking about how they collaborated with Dave Filoni, and the Mortis arcs are canon to the Abeloth stuff that happens in the Legends books. And you start like thinking about the Vong, you think about the ships, the star maps, the Krell, you know, what were they, the Quincy's or whatever, the old, you start like going back. I got passionate about it. I went down the rabbit hole fueled by my passion. And some of the theories and some of the content that I made around that I mean, it was great. And I don't think it was great because I think it was great. I think it was great because it blew up, dude. Some of those videos hit like 500, 600K. And you've got other channels like New Rockstars and stuff like talking about my theories. It felt like we had captured a moment. I was like, dude, I'm vibing right now because I was passionate about it. And then it's like, it's just hard to like have that passion. And then you see how the thing you're passionate about is being treated and discarded. And it's just not a good feeling, dude. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not a good feeling. So it's kind of tough. Booze said, saw TMP, best 2 out of 5 movie out there. I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. Rossi says, calling me Leslie Headland was over the line. Yeah, probably. My bad. Haunted Autumn says, George never took the fans for granted. He took away the OG version of the OT and said, F you. The beard literally took his ball and went home. Nerdvengers for life. Okay, so we're talking about 2 separate things. When I say George never took the fans for granted, what I mean is he never said, if I throw Star Wars on this, I don't have to worry about the fans. They will show up. That's what I mean. Is George a flawless person that always handled Star Wars the best? No. I actually think a lot of the adjustments he made in the special editions are crazy. But ironically, he's doing that for what he considers to be not just the fans, but potential fans that will watch it years and years later. And it's not like he's cutting corners. He's spending more money. He's doing more visual effects. He is literally working, creating. He's cooking. So you might not like it, but that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is it feels like Disney is taking the audience for granted. What I mean by that is they think if they just slap Star Wars on it, it deserves an audience. And George never treated it that way. He went hard. He spent all the money, spent all the time. He spent all of his energy. He was passionate about creating the content in a way that didn't take the audience for granted. That's not to say that he always lined up perfectly with how they felt about it or where they were at, but at least he wasn't like, 70% of what we did last time is probably good enough. Are we really sidestepping Dave's role in Tales of the Empire? For now we are. We'll talk about it later. Okay, Who's Chicken says, they ended the Skywalker saga in Rise of Skywalker. Then they start filling in the gaps. Sure, Mando and whatever is cool, but I just don't care about it anymore. Yeah. I can't really blame you there. Jim says, not releasing an Omega comic at Free Comic Book Day right after the finale on May the 4th seems like a missed opportunity. Yeah, to have some Star Wars shit on May the 4th and comic book store, that would have been a good look for sure. Overbound says, why Superman look like Big Chungus? Yeah, okay, so let's stop for a second. I'll catch up on the rest of the chats later. Remind me that we left off on the Chungus part. Now, I got to look on Twitter because I got to know if people are like... Because this Superman thing is horrible. And I need to know, does the world realize? Let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, let's take a little look on the Twitters. Let's see how people are reacting to this, huh? Okay. Chris from 3C Films says, I'm very excited for James Gunn's Superman and so happy we are actually getting his red trunks. Now, with that said, not in love with the suit design, but I hope it grows on me. That's like the nice way of saying it looks like dog shit. And God bless you, Chris. Let's see. The DC post itself. Let's see what the comments say. Why is he slowly putting on his boots when Metropolis is under attack? Yes. Yes. We appreciate everything Henry Cavill did. Boom. And by the way, chat, you know, you're free to do what you want, but if you want to get in here and like some of these posts as well, you're free to do that. This one in particular seems very like-worthy to me. All right, let's keep going. Dude, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This is what his stupid fucking boots look like. This is it. This is it. Oh my God. So they use the costume department from CW show. LOL. Let me think about this one for a second. I'm going to like it. Chris says, it looks like the suit doesn't even fit him. It looks baggy. Let me consider this for a second here. I will like that. Henry Cavill would have fit in that suit. Underrated comment. Okay, let's keep going here. We're just seeing how people are reacting to this. This is live. We have no idea. We're just trying to see how is the internet reacting to the brand new Superman suit. Bring it. Love what Snyder did, and I look forward to the new chapter with David and Gunn. The toxicity is crazy. From 9 minutes ago, really? I was iffy about Pattinson's look as Batman, but the suit has grown on me over time. People need to give this a chance. Let me think about this. I will not like that one. Why does the suit look baggy? I swear, if y'all ruin Superman for me again, I'll like that. Is this supposed to look like bad AI? I'll like that one. Just wish those lines were gone. Like, for real, what the fuck is the deal with the lines, man? I don't understand. Okay. Now, that's just on, you know, the DC official post, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just trying to give you a little look at how people are reacting to this, okay? Let me see here. So if it's probably the case that yeah, okay, cool. So now we should probably just have all Superman stuff on here. This is from Screen Time. This tweet's blowing up. Let's see what the comments are on this one, okay? This suit is not good. Is this official? Because it's probably the weirdest official photo I've ever seen. Putting on boots while an attack happens behind him, or is that something else? Henry is still the best. Chat, is this real? That's what I said. This suit is shit. I agree. I like the suit, and they went full-on Kingdom Come, but with the traditional colors. That's a bot. This is a terrible suit reveal. Can't even see the whole suit. Right? Like, is there a better... Did you share the wrong photo, bro? Like, did you share the wrong photo? Guys, I'm sorry. This is an 11 out of 10 trash. Worst Superman suit in the history of Superman suits, and it's not even close. Superman suit finally revealed. Let's go. The collar is amazing addition. That's a bot. What I expected, but the shoes are not perfect. Is that a Kamehameha wave in the background? All that hype, and that's the suit? Okay. Matt Ramos, Soups. I like this guy. Let's see what the comments are on his post. Don't like all the weird lines and looks bulky. Goku and Vegeta having a beam clash in the background. Looks very futuristic. Has James confirmed its authenticity? Casually putting on boots while world is ending behind him. Suit looks like it's not tight enough. It's very James Gunn-esque, and it still works. That's a bot. Yeah. Okay, let's keep going. And chat, tell me when you've had enough. I'm having a good time. I could go for another hour on this, but you guys let me know. I could probably watch people on the internet shit on this suit all day. But also, I just need to know what you guys think. Culture Crave. This is another big one here. This one's blowing up. Let's see what the comments are on this. He looks like if somebody drew Henry Cavill's Superman from memory. Should have worn these. Yes. Yes. Is that another world-ending purple laser in the sky? We're doing that again? Oh, shit. Looks good, but it'll never be this. Interesting. First look. Remember when one of you buttholes tried to tell me that the Henry Cavill Superman suit didn't look good on its first showing? Wow. Look at this. Are you high? What are you smoking on? One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. Bro, why did you do the weird AI thing in the background? I don't understand, man. I just don't understand. This is a funny one right here. Respectfully, this shit is so ass. I agree. This looks like dog shit. Okay, let's just do a couple more. Are you guys getting angry with me? I'm sorry. Am I going too hard? Chat, let's stop for a second. Should we move on? Should we move on? You should invite James on the channel. Yo, James, you're welcome to come on. You're welcome to come on. I will have to be honest, but I will be respectful. This is trash. What the hell were you thinking? There's still time. You still have time. But you need to scrap this. You need to blame it on somebody. Somebody made this in AI or something. Because this is dog shit, bro. This is horrible. I cannot believe my eyes. All right, let's just do a couple more. Screen time. I wanted like the big ones that have a lot of likes. You know what I mean? That was, you know. Okay, this has a decent amount of likes here. Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what they say. Bring back Henry Cavill. First look of lazy new Superman taking his sweet time to help. Looks like David will later be directed to become a gay Superman. Interesting. It's giving me Superman and Lois vibes. Like, it's overly padded and a little baggy. Maybe it's just the pose and the angle, but not in love with this. Also, why so textured? Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, so I think, guys, I think people are cooking this thing, man. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how, like, the overall response goes, because there are some people that are trying to be chill about it. But I think most people think this is horrible, bro. And I think this thing is getting cooked. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wah. Holy, bro. I did not expect it. I did not expect it. Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate you, Jareth. Okay. Superman. Okay. All right. I gotta try to shake it off. We gotta talk about Giancarlo. Hang on now. Ugh. I can't believe it. Ugh. Holy shit, let the man cook. He just brought out an appetizer and it made us all choke. What do you mean, let him cook? We just tried the first course. And I want to go to a different restaurant. Bro, you didn't go this hard in Dave with Tails? That's correct. I didn't. Okay, speaking of the different restaurant, let's talk Marvel. Giancarlo Esposito, my clones. Great actor, despite what happened to his character in The Mandalorian. And crazy news dropping over the weekend. I think this came in on Friday. Giancarlo Esposito is finally joining the MCU, but not as who you think. Okay, so I'm looking at an article here from Collider, and this is from something he said at CCXP. Okay, so he was on a Comic-Con panel, and he said something. Let's read what they report in the article. There were also some people that tweeted about this. There's a little bit of confusion as far as what he actually said. We're going to talk about what the actual info is. Then we're going to get into some speculation, okay? So, says here, during a panel on Thunder Stage at CCXP, Giancarlo Esposito revealed that he will be appearing in a Marvel project, but not in the role many fans have laid out for him. After being fan cast as Professor X, from the earliest whispers of mutants making their way into the MCU, Esposito says he'll play a different role, teasing that it's coming sooner rather than later and better than you can imagine. Okay, so that is what he said. So there were some people online right now saying that he said new and original character. If you can find video of him saying that, or like an article from somewhere that says like he literally said this, let me know. Because from what I saw, and I did some research this morning, there's no definitive proof that he actually said that. It seems like what he said was, it's not going to be the one that you expect. It's not going to be the one that fans lay out for me. And he was specifically talking about Professor X, right? So it's not Professor X. However, what he says is it's a different role sooner rather than later, meaning probably in the next year or two. And it's better than you can imagine, okay? I am curious, again, if somebody can find that he said new and original character. I don't think he said that. He might have said it's an original idea or something like that, but I don't think he said original character. And frankly, even if he did say original character to Giancarlo might not be like original character to a Marvel fan, right? We would be like, oh, well, that character's existed. For instance, Doctor Doom, right? Doctor Doom is not an original character, but he's not a character that's been around a lot and been involved. So I could see Esposito being like, yeah, this is like a new and original thing. Not that it's a completely original character, okay? Now, the only thing we know for sure is that it's not Professor X. I think that is pretty clear, depending on what he's saying. No Professor X. So then the question is, who could it be, ladies and gentlemen? And if it's sooner rather than later, is he popping up in one of the new Marvel projects? Or is he coming out at San Diego Comic-Con in July after he is announced as officially have joined the MCU in a particular role? That's the first question. What do you think, chat? I personally feel that he will be brought out at San Diego Comic-Con. I don't think he's going to be popping up in Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think he's going to be popping up in Captain America 4. I don't think he's going to be... I mean, he could pop up in like a post-credit scene for one of those things, but I don't really see him popping up in Blade or Thunderbolts or anything like that. I think he's a Comic-Con announcement. That's my gut. That's what my gut's telling me. So, a couple of different options here, right? Let's talk about this. First one that comes to mind, Doctor Doom. Chat, what do you think? Doctor Doom. Would you like Giancarlo as Doctor Doom in the MCU? I've thought a lot about this. I think he would be good. I think he would be great as Doctor Doom. And, you know, look, a lot of people say Doctor Doom should have darker skin because he's Romani. He's like half Romani. So he would have darker skin. That's like up for debate. I think he's been shown to have fair skin, maybe darker skin in some comics. You know, he wears the mask a lot of the time. I don't particularly care about that as much. I'll just be honest with you. I don't care. But when I say I don't care, that goes both ways. Meaning, I don't really care if they raise bend or if they would, you know, pick a person like Giancarlo or if they go with somebody like Ryan Gosling. I really don't care. What matters more to me is, does this person embody the attributes of Victor Von Doom? Needs to be incredibly narcissistic, needs to be savage, needs to be overbearing, needs to be incredibly villainous while also having a softer side. Some of the best parts of Doctor Doom, the fact that he actually cares for the citizens of Latveria, the fact that he actually cares for Sue Storm, the fact that he actually cares for Valeria Richards, the fact that Doom actually does care and he thinks of himself as a hero, even though he is very villainous. Those are the attributes that matter most to me as a fan of Doctor Doom. I think Giancarlo embodies all of that. Now, it is kind of interesting because I remember seeing comments from him, I want to say a year ago, maybe two, where he was talking at a Comic-Con, right? And he talked about Doctor Doom. He talked about, it's actually funny, I think he forgot Doctor Doom and somebody in the crowd mentioned it. I think he was really set on playing Charles back then. Okay? And this is I want to be very clear. This is speculation, what I'm about to say here, right? I think there was a time when Marvel was considering going with a really non-traditional X-Men. I think there was potentially a time where you were going to get a Charles Xavier with Giancarlo, maybe even a Denzel Magneto. And like, I feel like that was maybe on the table at one time. But I feel like a lot of the way that Marvel has sort of felt the room and sort of just feels where the audience is at, and also the success of X-Men 97, the desire to leverage the Fox X-Men more in the multiversal saga has probably made them say, nah, let's just do the Fox X-Men. You know, McKellen's, you know, maybe your Fassbender. Like, that's a safer bet for us. We're going to do that. Traditional is the way to go here. We're going to do that going into the multiversal saga. So I think, just like with most of the roles and most of the actors they talk to, multiple roles, he was up for multiple roles. I think at one time he wanted to do Charles because I think he wanted to do something heroic. He's really a villain often. This is probably because of Gus, right? Gus is an amazing villain from Breaking Bad, of course. And that kind of creates a typecast situation for Giancarlo. You know, he does the Fallout games. He does Mando. He's probably actually other villains that I'm really not sure about, right? But again, I think that plan has changed. So now I think maybe probably going back to the villain board, right? So for me, Doctor Doom would fit. I'm curious as to what you guys think about that. The other one, and I think most people, the boys, right? I think most people are, I mean, for me, this is what I think it is, and I would actually be excited about this. I think he's going to be the Beyonder. Yeah. Now, why do I think he's going to be the Beyonder? Well, because I think they still want to do Beyonder, and Beyonder ties to Kang, and Beyonder Kang is technically a new and original character. Kang as the Beyonder is not a thing from comics. When I first heard of it, I was actually kind of pissed. I was like, what the fuck? Just do the disco homie that's a living cosmic cube. Like, what the hell are we doing here? But I get it. You know, they want to do something different. They want to tie it to the Kang from Quantumania, right? Giancarlo Esposito as the Beyonder, I gotta tell you, that's brilliant. That is legitimately brilliant casting. And you can really get away with the difference between him and Jonathan Majors, who are both really good actors, right? Like they're both really talented. But the difference you could say would be after Kang experienced the Beyond verse, he was changed. And he doesn't really resemble the Kang that was before, even though he has some of the same memories and some of the same stuff, right? So he could absolutely be Beyonder Kang. And he has the gravitas to be able to carry that role in the same way that Majors did. So I actually wouldn't hate that. I think that would be kind of interesting. And that could be a huge development for Marvel, a way for them to kind of pivot into this new role for him. This one, I really don't think this is what it is, but I saw a lot of people talking about it on Twitter, and I thought it was hilarious. What if he's Norman Osborn? Now, you might say, I don't know about that. Norman Osborn, he's like the white guy that has waves. Well, I actually think having Giancarlo and you give him the waves, I think that could be a Norman Osborn, and I actually like it. I think it's kind of funny. Now, here's the thing. I don't think this is going to happen because my understanding is Feige has wanted Norman Osborn for like 10 years, and Sony's just stupid. And so at some point, I think he's going to let that Norman Osborn thing go and just do his own thing. In Ant-Man 2, the Walter Goggins character who represents some other party, originally, I guess that character could have been Norman Osborn. Like a lot of the scoopers back in the day talked about how he was setting up, he being Feige, was setting up a scenario where if Sony played ball, he could bring Norman in and do that. If they didn't play ball, he could just replace it with another character. It kind of seems like maybe he's replacing with Wilson Fisk now, and he's just going to go that direction. Not really sure, but because it's a Sony thing, I just don't know, man. I have trouble believing that they would actually work that out, okay? The other one, Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister. Technically a race bend, but I think he would be a great Mr. Sinister, dude. He would be a fantastic Mr. Sinister. And I think the reason people think that's coming is because Mr. Sinister is apparently going to be the big villain of the new MCU X-Men. So it's possible that this X-Men movie they're developing, which will happen to tie in, rumors, to the Avengers movies and the multiversal saga, and it's going to be all crazy and tie into the Marvel's post-credit scene. I think even that movie will possibly be the one that's rumored to have Sinister as the villain, okay? That's a lot of speculation, but that's kind of how I see it going down. I think Giancarlo would be a brilliant Mr. Sinister and would bring all that kind of energy to it for a lot of the reasons that we've already talked about, okay? But now, let me tell you, my absolute favorite pick, and if this happens, oh my goodness, I will be a happy boy, and I think it would be a sweet full circle moment for the Marvel fandom. And I am, of course, talking about Mephisto. Now, rumors are Mephisto is coming in some way, shape, or form. In fact, the current rumors are that Sacha Baron Cohen was cast as Mephisto to potentially show up in the Ironheart show, which is apparently still a thing, and maybe even in some other projects after that. There's another rumor, ladies and gentlemen, that in the Blade movie, we will potentially get a team up of Mephisto and Lilith, which could potentially lead into a Midnight Suns film. Okay, that's a rumor that's kind of floating out there right now. And I like Sacha Baron Cohen as Mephisto. I actually think he would be brilliant as Mephisto. But oh my God, can you imagine Giancarlo Esposito as Mephisto in the MCU? He would be perfect. He would be perfect as Mephisto. Oh my God, I would love it. So potentially maybe they were going to go with Sasha. Some scheduling happened. It didn't work out. And then they've cast Giancarlo Esposito as that. And that would be absolutely sick. And also could potentially make sense as to why he said it's better than you could imagine. Because to be basically Marvel's devil, what a role of a lifetime. And I think would be pretty freaking fantastic. So guys, that's the report. It's real. Like, I think it's real. We just don't know who he's playing. I suspect we'll know very soon. Went over a bunch of fun reasons for you. Let me know what you think. Who should he be playing, chat? Let me know. What do you think? Mephisto? Mephisto! So is Ben Doom? We'll talk about it. We will talk about that. I'd love Beyonder. I agree. I would love Beyonder. I wonder if you guys, like, what do you think of Beyonder, huh? What do you think about Beyonder? Isn't he supposed to be in Agatha? I'm not really sure, man. I've heard a lot of stuff about Agatha, but it was also a long time ago. So I couldn't really tell you. I don't think Mephisto was in Agatha. Yeah. I thought it was an original character. So if you can find me, here's what I'll say. Like, I have heard that too, but when I then looked at the actual articles, nowhere is he actually quoted saying that. So I would need to see that evidence. And I would also tell you, even if he said that, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's true. His understanding of Marvel is not our understanding of Marvel. We're sweaty. We're here on a Monday morning talking about that. I guess a Monday afternoon now? Wait, we've been going for 2 hours? Holy shit. My point is, he's not in it like we are. He's too old for Kang? You think so? You think he's too old? I don't know. I don't think Hugh Jackman's too old. He's looking pretty good, man. Well, there was 1 hour of Superman suit crying. That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. Too old to time travel? Yeah, for sure. Yo, Josh, Esposito as Doom would be Mando versus Moff Gideon in the MCU. Not feeling it. Ah, that's actually true. That could work, though. He can come back as an old version. Yeah, I mean, look. The Beyonder looks the way that he looks because that's how he wants to look. Like, the Beyonder is, like, pure energy. Like, I don't even think he has, like, a technical physical body anymore. I don't know. Time flies when you're screaming at the camera. Did I scream at the Superman thing a lot? I didn't think I screamed that much. I thought I did this a lot. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Like, ain't no way. That's what I thought. I don't think you can compare Hugh and Giancarlo. Why not? What are you talking about here? What are you talking about here? Screaming at Star Wars for 30 minutes. I don't even think I was screaming at Star Wars. Adam, I felt like I was on my best behavior today. Now, look, I wasn't ready for the Superman thing. I reacted pretty harshly. I can admit that. But that suit looks horrible. You know what I mean? I would have reacted that way regardless. He's not big or tall enough for main Kang. The only Kang he could play is Mr. Griffin, since that character is an old businessman. I don't know. No seemed like you were doing, and that's pretty close. Was I screaming no? Yeah. Maybe. Marvel's about to have the biggest comeback of all time. I actually agree. Josh went too easy on Star Wars. You think so? Check Discord for the Blackheart tweet. It's about Giancarlo casting. I've seen that tweet, though. I have literally seen the exact one that you're talking about. And that's what I mean is, like, this is the only evidence I've seen of that. And I don't, like, I saw that tweet, but every article that I go where, like, journalists are actually talking about it, nobody else is saying that. You know what I want to see? And I'm not saying that that's not true. I'm just saying, like, I'm trying to figure it out. I have seen no evidence that that's the case. If we have video of the CCXP, that would be really helpful. Because if we had the video, we could just be like, oh, shit, he did say that. Which still doesn't necessarily prove it. But then I'd be like, okay, yeah. Oh, my God. My tweet has almost 500 likes already. It seems like people hate the Superman suit. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let me catch up on some of these chats. We were on the Big Chungus, right? The Big Chungus? Logan M says, leave it to James Gunn to save Star Wars from a Josh roast. Actually, that's a good point. Quote of the day, Logan. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for the support, man. Meister420 says, what up, Josh? Listening at work. I need to heart your take on the whole Sony Helldivers 2 situation that occurred over the weekend. Much love. Okay, I already talked about this a little bit before. Meister, are you still in here? Hey, yo, Meister, you still in here? Dude, the roast of Tom Brady was wild. Oh, my God. And Tony Hinchcliffe? That's a dangerous man. After I saw the Tony Hinchcliffe roast bit, I was like, bro, imagine if he was in a rap beef. Holy shit. Ruthless. But that's kind of part of the roasting culture, right? I was like trying to explain this to Elisa last night where I was like, yeah, like that's just part of it. Like Don Rickles was big into that scene. And if you remember, if you've ever seen any interviews with Rickles, he would be on another show, even all the way back to Johnny Carson, and he would be like roasting him live. You know what I mean? Is the Cat Williams special worth watching? I enjoyed it a lot. I feel like the Cat Williams, he started off a little bit shaky, but once he found his rhythm, it was a great set. I thought it was really good. But yeah, dude, the roasting shit is crazy. Kiwi says, don't throw tomatoes at me, but I always confuse Tom Brady with Tom Hardy. What the fuck? Is that like a white people all look the same kind of tweet or message? Is that what you're saying? Okay, let's keep going on some of these chats. Vandolph the Black says, James Gunn invented Andor Superman. DC is cooked. I don't know what that means either, but I'm going to agree with you, bro. Rossi says, this Superman suit is Dave Filoni approved. God damn, bro. What is with the Dave Filoni? Okay, can we stop for a second? What's with the Dave Filoni hate? Is it just because you guys know I love Dave and you're just like kind of like, you know? What's going on with Helldivers? Okay, let me do the Helldivers thing for Meister. Then we'll get back to this Filoni stuff, okay? Dave has made bad content. Simple as that. What bad content? What bad content? You tell me. We're going to have to do a Dave Filoni tier list of all the content he made. Holy shit. Okay. Tales of the Empire, Ahsoka, Mando Season 3, Resistance. What did he do in Mando Season 3? Alex! Okay. Alex, the 5. Appreciate you, brother. Now we're back on target. Stay on target. Helldivers. Let me TLDR this for you. Appreciate your support. Helldivers 2, crazy game. Have you been playing it, A1? I assume you've been playing it, right? If you're interested in the question. Great game. Was huge. Well, basically what happened was Sony, who I believe is a publisher of the game, they saw how successful it was, and they were like, you know what? What if we made all the Helldivers players have to link their Sony network account in order to keep playing? That's the deal, right? That's the whole thing is like, they were like, what if all the Helldivers players who bought the game and are just enjoying the game, yes, they did reverse it, but they were like, what if we made all of them have to do a Sony network account. And the community lost their fucking minds. Some regions around the globe don't even have access to the Sony network, so they were like, well, I guess we just don't play. Sony was actually removing it from stores from those places. It was bananas. The community got together. They raged out. They let Sony know. And Sony, to their credit, finally caved and said, okay, we won't do that. 177 countries still delisted? Oh, my goodness. Okay. Well, yeah, hopefully they're turning that around. I might get on Helldivers today. I haven't played in a while, but I'm like happy that they made this decision. It's a feel-good decision to say, hell no. So that's basically what happened, bro. And like, if you follow a lot of gaming content creators, like the gamers were blowing this up, right? So you had Asbin talking about it. Moist Critical was talking about it. I think even Mutahar made a video about it. Like a lot of the big gaming channels that have a lot of reach. Because pretty much everybody was like, this is just bullshit, dude. One of the feel-good gaming stories of the last decade turned into another corporation doing whack-ass shit story. To be fair, they have reversed it. Okay? So, okay, let's talk about Dave Filoni for a little bit. I really like Dave Filoni. I think Filoni has done some of the best Star Wars that we have gotten over the past couple of years. And I think one of the reasons I really like Dave, and I feel like this should be obvious, is he gets Star Wars at a fundamental level, which is really important to me personally. And Star Wars is what George did. So it has to feel like that. That's what it is. And Dave has been the best shepherd of that over there at Lucasfilm, period, in my opinion. I think Clone Wars, and not just the newest stuff, but like, you guys realize that, I hope some of you guys realize, and particularly you, Agent Llama, I would tell you, I hope you realize that George came in twice a week during Clone Wars and just told Dave some shit. Clone Wars was created by Dave Filoni, dude. Like, if you really study the history, that was Dave Filoni. George would come in twice a week, say some shit, give them a direction, and then Dave made the show. So Clone Wars to me is one of the most legendary things that's ever been created under Star Wars. It was Dave. Rebels is literally better than Clone Wars. It is. If you don't think Rebels is better than Clone Wars, guess what? You don't like stories. Rebels is better. Bad Batch, which Dave created. He didn't end up writing a lot in the middle and last season, but Dave created it. Incredible. Some of the best Star Wars we've had ever. Ever. Tales of the Jedi, which Dave wrote. He actually wrote it. It's a triumph. It's a triumph. The Ahsoka episode in Mando Season 2 is one of the best live-action shows, like singular episodes I've ever seen in my life. Now, some of the other stuff he directed, like in Mando Season 1, like at Episode 5, and stuff, I wasn't as taken by. And I do think there's a lot of rough edges on Ahsoka, which was like his first time doing the whole thing, right? He's running the whole show on the live-action series. But I think Ahsoka, like, I really like Ahsoka. I just think it has rough edges, and I think it ended badly, and that might not have even been his fault. Because my understanding is there was stuff ripped out of the end, saved for Season 2, which is probably why it feels so weird. So yeah, like, it's just like totally untrue. He destroyed Thrawn? No, he didn't. The only reason Thrawn's even back at Lucasfilm is because of Dave. Dave made that happen, and he talked directly to Zahn about bringing him back. Gets Zahn, for all intents and purposes, the only reason we have new Zahn Thrawn novels is Dave Filoni. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what's the next lie? I'm sure you got a few more. What's the next lie? What's the next one? What about the execution of what? What are you talking about? I just gave you all the reasons why Dave is that guy, and he's a G. of Thrawn and Ahsoka. Yeah, Thrawn and Ahsoka's not that great. I don't think he destroys Thrawn by not having Thrawn be perfect in live action. Am I disappointed in the Thrawn of live action? Absolutely. You're going to take that singular thing and say that you're going to ignore all the other shit I just talked about, and you're going to say that Filoni bad? That's on you, brother. That's on you. You're not thinking clearly. You're wrong. So, to everybody else, too, I just want to know, what's the deal with the Dave hate? Like, what's the deal with the Dave hate? Why does it exist to the degree it does? By the way, Llama, you brought this on yourself, man. You brought this on yourself because the facts you presented were trash. The argument you had has like 3 toothpicks holding your argument's horrible. The rationale you have makes 0 sense. And you brought this on yourself because you've been a little hater in chat for Filoni for weeks. And I gave you the opportunity. I gave you the opportunity to give facts, to make an argument, to be concise. And you basically draked. So that's on you. So what's the next one, my guy? What's the next lie? What else you got? You want to come on? You want to come on the stream? Do you want to come on the stream? I'm at work. Well, you're clearly not working. What's the difference at this point? Come on, Drake. What else you got? I'm sorry, Llama, but I'm not sorry. That's what it is, dude. Like, where's the logic? Where's the reason? You got nothing. You got no sound arguments. You got no logic, no reason, and no amount of Google, no amount of watching Mahler's videos are going to give you the actual reason. It's over. You're done. Better luck next time. And now, I want to love Star Wars again. You've made me so upset that now I want to be positive about Star Wars again. All right, let's get back and catch up on some chats. James Gunn dropped that as fake to bait you in to make this diss track? Oh, no! Let's see here. JJ Lamont gifted a membership. Appreciate you, bro. MK Mad says, this Star Wars dances around the actual story. They dropped a little tease, but rarely deal directly with the main story. Tales should have been about Vader, Palps, etc. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that, man. I 100% agree with that. It's not Tales of the Empire when you're literally telling stories beyond the Empire. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, wow, so weird. It doesn't cut to the core of the Empire at all. You know? Frustrating. Kevbot says, I don't hate it. At least he has the trunks. But, like, why can't we just get the classic soup suit? What's wrong with going classic? Yeah, I understand that you don't hate it, man. I do hate it. And, you know, it's interesting. You say, why can't we just get the classic? I think that's the whole point. I think that's really what it is. It's like, this feels like somebody desperately trying to be different and put their stamp on something. And I don't like that. You know what I mean? It's like, just do Superman. But it feels like he has to make sure everybody knows it's the James Gunn Superman. Everybody's got to know this shit's different, you know? And I don't like that energy, especially like when you're just trying to tell a classic, man. That's a classic character. He's the classic character. Like, he's the classic character, you know? So, yeah, I don't really like it. Try Harding says, Josh, gotta have residual hate for Gunn. The new suit is better than Cavill's whole Superman character. Giancarlo as Doom? No. Gotta be joking. Do you guys think I have residual hate for Gunn? Do you think I have residual hate for Gunn? Is Ty Harding right? A little bit. Yeah. No, I mean, look, I obviously don't really like the guy, but I'm like trying to be chill. Like, even when the rumor came out about evil Superman, right, and the clone, I said, even though a lot of people were hating on it and they were like, oh, dude, he's gonna do an evil Superman clone again, I was like, no, that's unfair. Even Grant Morrison does evil Superman. Like, evil Superman can work if done correctly in a story. It's actually a really useful comparison. It's really useful to have evil Superman. It can work. And also, it could be a commentary on all the darker Superman that came before, and a real way to distinguish the heroic version of this Superman, right? So I think I've tried to be incredibly fair. Personally, I do. You've had it out for Gunn for 5 years? I don't think... That's not true, dude. That's not true. That's not true. This shit hit me funny, dude. It looks terrible. And that's just what it is. Now, maybe if I respected the man, I would have gone a little bit easier. Yes, that's probably fair. You know, because, yes, Dave has, fucked some stuff up, but I really like Dave, so maybe I go a little easier on Dave. I think that's fair. You know what I mean? But this looks horrible, bro. Like, I think this is unimaginably bad. Like, not in my wildest dreams did I think the suit and the reveal would be this bad. I just, like, it's even better if you just get rid of the background. Like, I don't know what the background... God, it's fucking trash. Photos by Mike says, it's my birthday. Can I get some birthday love? Yes, and thank you. Thank you. The stream was getting a little toxic. That's Llama's fault as well. But, yes, happy birthday to you. Can we get some happy birthdays in the chat for Photo by Mike? Photo by Maiko. Happy birthday, baby! My whole point was you're going easy on Dave, which you... Yes. Look, if that was your whole point, you should have just said that's what your whole point was. I feel like, and, I do feel bad for going a little too hard on you. I've got some toxicity in me. We all know it. I'm working on myself. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working on it. But my brother in Christ, that's not what your whole point was. You were saying shit like he's the worst thing to happen to Star Wars. Everything he's done is trash. Like, you were going for it. So I just had to tell you. I had to, like, correct it. If your whole point was I'm going easier on him, maybe I would have went easier on you. You know what I mean? Okay, Aaliyah says, I think some are saying it's Dave that wanted to focus on Morgan and Barris because the story is by him. I'm okay with it. That's just some of the choices. Yeah. And you know what? God damn it. Why do we have to do this? Why do we have to do this? Because now I'm going to be giving some points back to Llama, okay? Just ignore Llama and for the rest of the stream, and I will admit something right now, okay? I've already admitted this, by the way. I admitted this on Saturday. One of the things that I don't think Dave does well, one of the things I'm actually worried about with him being in control is he does not actually fully care about how modern audiences are changing. And I don't mean with the woke shit. I mean with how to change content to make it appeal more to modern sensibilities. X-Men 97 is a great example of this. I made this exact point on Saturday, but I'll make it again because of Aaliyah's question. X-Men 97 is a continuation of a show from the 90s. And yet, instead of having 60 issue or 60 fucking episode things, instead of having 22-minute episodes with built-in commercial breaks, the episodes of X-Men 97 are around 30 minutes apiece. It depends on what the story is, right? It's around 30 minutes, and it's 10 well-crafted episodes, which I think works way more for modern sensibilities. Conversely, if you look at stuff like even Bad Batch, there are filler episodes. I think some of the episodes are too long. I think there are portions of the show which aren't trying to create a flawless week-to-week conversation starter, and instead are like, yeah, no, we can kind of fuck off here. We can do this, that. And he's really focused on telling stories the way they used to work when Clone Wars was in its heyday. And I don't think that exactly works for modern audiences, okay? So there's like a problem there. Now, is Dave the one that said we should focus on Barriss and Morgan? Sure. Maybe. And maybe because that concept from the jump is bad when considering Tales of the Empire, yes, you could blame that on Dave. But it doesn't take away from everything else I have said. The best stuff we have gotten in the past 10 years comes from Dave. And when I say the best stuff, I say the stuff that feels like Star Wars. Yes? Is that fair? Not maybe. Full stop, yes. Wait, Adam, what are you saying? That you know for sure it was Dave? I mean, yeah, you're probably right, but what are you trying to say, man? Please change the subject. Why? Why? Celine, why? Because of you don't want to hear any more Dave, or you don't want to hear any more toxicity? I'm saying his name is like the first 4 credits on the show. LOL, he's all over this. This is boring. Why is it boring? You don't like me and chat fighting tooth and nail? Dang. Okay. Josh getting baited by chat so bad. Yeah, welcome to the streams. Welcome to the streams. And there's a couple usual suspects, man. Some of you guys have a real talent for getting me very triggered, so. You're fighting with people that mostly argue with you. That's true. Let's move on. Okay, Chillin says, did a Star Wars tier list Sunday night on stream. The amount of Disney-produced projects B tier or above was very surprising. KK still sucks, though. My man. Welcome to the stream. Yep, life is hard. I know. See, thank you. Thank you, Celine. You know, life is hard. And some of you guys don't understand how hard it is. You know? I get in here and I have to deal with all of you, and I got to deal with the internet. And then James Gunn. I mean, think about this. You guys didn't even consider this, I bet. Okay? James Gunn drops the Superman suit. There's a part of me that says, you're about to see this, Josh. Don't go crazy. You know, you have this history with this guy. You know, you have a platform. Don't go crazy. Okay? And then I see this suit, and I just like, it's so bad, dude. It's like worse than I could have imagined in my wildest dreams. And then that voice that was like, don't freak out. Like the other side of me is like, shut the fuck up. And like giving him like the elbow shiver. Like just fucking, and then slamming in there. At least everybody appreciates just how hard my job is and how difficult this is. And thank you. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. Okay. Thailand says, Josh, your channel changed, which I actually am enjoying even more. So great job. Do you think you can continue Nerd Theory or still busy? If not, do you think ever we miss it? Kendall, put another mark on the chalkboard. I will say this. I'm not interested in going back to Nerd Theory, but I wouldn't mind just doing a stream with Theory now and then, or like, you know, jumping on a game or chilling. You know, I saw his take on Tales of the Empire, and I kind of saw it because some of you guys were like low-key talking shit on him in the Discord. I watched it. I thought it was actually a really good take. And there was a moment where he said, people in chat were saying like, yeah, it doesn't feel like Star Wars. And he was like, no, I can't even say that because some of this does feel like Star Wars, you know? And so I was like, it was cool to see, because I don't really watch a lot of his stuff these days. But in that moment, I was like, ah, man, like, yeah, he's still just being authentic to himself. And he's like not captured by the audience. He still feels the way he feels about shit. I still love Theory, man. I love Theory, and obviously he did a lot to help me in my streaming career. And so I appreciate that guy. But I'm not going to go back to Nerd Theory, man. I mean, think about where I am at with Star Wars right now. Like, I don't want to. Like, I legitimately don't want to. So it doesn't even have, to do with him. It's like Star Wars, bro. Like, I can't do a fucking Star Wars show every week, man. Like, I just can't. My goodness, can't do it. Can we have a poll for Dave, yay or nay? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Llama, you're not allowed to vote on this. Jeez. Why do I do this to myself? Okay. Masma says, sincerely, this stream has made my trad wife duties more entertaining. So thank you. And also, you're never beating the anti-feminist allegations. What? Anti-feminist? Where did that come from? What the fuck? Masmas? Coming in with that energy? Anti-feminist? I mean, look, first of all, you're probably right. I'm never going to beat those allegations. But also, like, what? React to Grace reacting to the suit? She said trad wife too. Yeah, is trad wife, like, does that mean traditional wife? Is that what that means? What a weird freaking stream, says John. John's Honest Take. Hey, John, welcome to 2024, baby. I barely know what the fuck is going on anymore, but I'm still here live. I'm riding with y'all. Let's do it. Means traditional wife. So can I just ask one question, Masmas? Is it like, so you're being a traditional wife and saying I'm anti-feminist? Like, am I missing something? Or is that mansplaining? Can I not? Should I not? Okay. If you're still streaming at 4, I'll come on. You won't be. How about this, Llama? Because I feel bad. I went too hard on you. Are you coming Wednesday night to the Nerdvengers stream? What if we had a little discussion then? It's not as public. It doesn't have to be like a fucking thing, but we can still kick it in front of the Nerd Vengers and have our discussion. Does that sound okay? You're not going to explain the feminist thing? Yeah, that way we can actually, like, just talk it out, you know, and I'll be more calm. Josh about to go after each of us individually. Yes, that's right. What's your name? Joseph Dahl. That's right, Joseph Dahl. You're anti-feminist because you called me Leslie Headland. Because you have a female fan, but she's a trad wife. Oh. Roast me next. I mean, you guys kind of roast me every day. It's kind of low-key a Josh roast every single day. But because of that, you guys have made me stronger. You know? So it's a good relationship, actually. Roast James Gunn, Josh? Nah, I probably shouldn't. How about this? I'll just respectfully say, I'm not a fan of this suit or this reveal. Some people are really mad at my tweet. Okay. Dave haters are a vocal minority. Who would have thought? Yes, no, I think they probably are. Look, but here's the thing too. All jokes aside, if it actually was the case that a lot of Star Wars fans were turning on Dave, I would want to know why, and I'd want to know about it. There were people like Ryan Kennel who have hated Dave forever, and Ryan hates Dave because of some of the changes he made to the Mandalorian lore from like Clone Wars. And like, that's fine. Like, dude, if you just base level, you don't like that, you'd never like that dude from that moment on, I at least get that. That's like an informed opinion. But it feels like some of you guys kind of just come in on the tail end of it, Star Wars bad, and you just kind of say it's Dave's fault. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, as somebody that just follows the fandom, though, I do want to know what's going on in the fandom. And if that's a real thing, I'd like to know why. Kiwi, thanks for the love, man. Rossi gifted another membership. And then Kiwi follows up, says, kind of OT, but do you have any plans to make Unity available on Kindle and stuff like that? If not already, yes. Look, here's the truth of Unity. Unity, like, we're still cooking. We're still cooking on Unity. We're close to getting Chapter 2 out there. And I'm excited for that. But, like, even when I get Chapter 2 out there, even when I get Chapter 3 out there, even when I get Chapter 4 and 5, there's, like, a lot of work in addition to that before the final version is ready. So the reason that Unity right now is not available through anything other than the Google Drive link, which there's all kinds of ways you could have got that. I gave a lot of Unity Chapter 1 away. A couple of things, I don't know if you guys noticed, there's not even a title page, right? So there's not even a title page on Unity. There's actually going to be changes to Chapter 1. The version that you guys read is not going to be the version that we go to print with. There's just a couple minor things I want to fix. I'm actually adding another page for flow. So the final version of Chapter 1, it's not like so different that you'll be like, oh, it's a totally different story. But there is going to be some slight changes made to make it a little bit better. Right? So we still have a lot of cooking. Like, I guess what I'm saying is it's going to be a while before the final version of Unity is available anywhere. Unity's going through reshoots? Yeah, a little bit. But here's the thing. We got a lot of feedback on Chapter 1. Now, it's mostly positive. Like, mostly. In fact, I would say it's a very small minority of people that really didn't like it. But even the people that did like it had some fair criticisms. Some of the stuff people brought up was actually fair. And as I looked back through the book and I took into account some of that criticism, I was like, you know what? Yeah, it is pretty clanky in the first little bit. And I came up with a way to make it less clanky. You know, we add one page and it helps the flow a lot better. There were a couple of dialogue bits that I want to change a little bit. A couple captions. Like, for instance, when you go to the part with Dr. Sands, it should say 43 minutes later. And instead it just says, like, the old city. And so it doesn't give you time. It doesn't give you, like, a proper flow of time, and it's a little bit jarring. So, like, little things like that, right? And I appreciate the feedback that we have gotten because, you know, my job, like, look, one of my jobs is being the writer, but my real job on Unity is being, like, the editor and the producer. I'm the person that decides what does it look like when we take it to print. And so as a producer, I'm like, okay, yes, this actually is a little bit of an issue. How do we fix it? That's something an editor or a producer would do for any comic book. Right? It should be 69 minutes later. I'll take it under consideration. Yeah. Now, I will tell you, in Chapter 2, I mean, Chapter 2 is spicy, man. They really cooked for Chapter 2. So, I am excited to get that out to a lot of the people that have backed the Kickstarter. But it will be some time before we get the final printed version. Which I'll talk more about on Thursday. Thursday night, we'll do a town hall because there's stuff I want to talk more explicitly about with the collectors. But yeah, that's kind of the deal with Unity. Maybe eventually it would be on Kindle. If we self-publish, it definitely will be. And otherwise, it's probably up to the publisher because we are going to try to get it published. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Cool Bear says, I love Dave, but my only problem with him is that he just wants Thrawn to be a clear-cut villain who only cares about the Empire, when in the books, he's caring man who wants to save the Chiss and the galaxy. I think that's fair. I think that is fair. My sort of thing is, in Rebels, he is a little bit more like that until the end. At the end of the series, he does go, like, kind of dark when he's, like, around Palpatine and stuff and, like, with the Ezra. And it does feel a little bit out of character. And then when we pick up with him in Ahsoka, he's very different. And it's not fully explained why or how. And I think that's part of the problem, right? But, yeah, that's a fair complaint. And hopefully he gives some more nuance to Thrawn, because Thrawn is an interesting and nuanced character for sure. Aaliyah says, very true. I agree. The best Star Wars, next to Lucas, we received from Filoni. 100%. 100%. And Aaliyah gives a membership. Hell yeah. CJ Yek says, 25 months of being a member. Just wanted to say I love this channel and community. Nerd Avengers for life. Unity. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah, brother. After this last chat here, I want to go back on Twitter and see how people are reacting to Superman. Rossi says, you're anti-feminist because you called me Leslie Headland. Oh, yes, perfect. Wonderful. Amazing. Incredible. Unbelievable. Where's the llama at? I saw him chime in. That's one of my points, too, as someone who read all the... Well, then why didn't you bring it up? Llama? Why didn't you bring up an actual good point? And you brought up all the triggering nonsense instead. Okay. Oh, my God. Paul did a video on the Superman suit. Should we watch it? First of all, also, respectfully, Paul, how the fuck did you get a video out of this? Although I guess I got a video out of it too. Okay. All right, let's watch our boy Paul here, man. Love this guy. Here we go.
Your host Paul, and yes, the new Superman suit has just been unveiled. Haven't had a chance to look at it yet. What's happened is that James Gunn has basically dropped this. I got the notification saying it was out. I've run home. I've said MT, let's get on it. MT ain't replied. I'm going ahead. I'm going ahead without you, MT, if you're watching this. And I hope you don't feel bad. But yeah, we're gonna have a first look at it, give our reaction to it, and then kind of go over everything that we kind of get from it. So let's get this suit in. Okay. So yeah, it is different. Yeah, it's got obviously a much higher collar. You know, he's not got that chest hair. The S on it looks damaged. The whole thing looks kind of handmade, I must say. There were rumors that it was going to be made by his mother. That obviously calls back to the comics. I think the Dean Cain suit, they did that as well from the New Adventures of Superman, or Lois and Clark as it got called. Well, I don't even think it was the New Adventures of Superman. My childhood's just one big rubbish thing that I can't really remember. So yeah, it's a bit... You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of James Gunn's Guardian suits, especially if you look at the way the cloth kind of compresses around the shoulders.
And you notice there too, he was like kind of laughing underneath saying that. I mean, he's putting on a good face, but I'm gonna text him later and be like, "Come on, man, that shit sucks."
It has sort of a very tangible feel to it, a very homemade feel. So I am guessing that he's going in that direction. You know, he's not going in phone booths and spinning around and getting his clothes on. He's putting his boots on by himself. And yeah, just taking it easy while there's a weird purple laser shooting at Metropolis.
What the
now,
fuck
that background thing, I'm guessing that's something to do with the engineer, or they might be teasing, you know, perhaps Brainiac or something. But yeah, that's quite an interesting way to go with it. Not 100% sure how I feel at the moment. It is quite a departure of what I had in my head. You know, I think everyone, when we've seen the fan...
Yeah. So let me just clarify what Paul means when he says that. When he says what I had in my head, it's not just something he imagined. It's the fact that Superman is a character that has existed since the 30s, and we've seen many different versions of it. And when you just think of Superman, an idea forms. Just want to make sure we know what he's actually saying here. He's like, so I have an idea of what Superman should look like, and this isn't it. He's being very polite, though. Here we go.
Of it, or, you know, David Corenswet's been superimposed on other actors' suits. We have kind of had that picture in our mind of how we think it's going to look, and then obviously they dropped the S symbol, which was something that a lot of us kind of... We felt like we knew what direction it was going towards, with that kind of being based off, you know, Kingdom Come and stuff. So I am I'm not overwhelmed by it. I will say that I'm not 100% like going crazy on it, but I'm not hating it. It's just kind of a different I think it's when it's something you weren't expecting in your head, it does take a second to adjust to it, and it kind of feels almost in line with Robert Pattinson's look. From the first Batman. I remember we all kind of had leaks of what the suit was going to be, and I was doing so many videos on it, and I kind of had it built up in my head, and especially what his Bruce Wayne was going to look like, because obviously you know what Robert Pattinson looks like, so you can kind of formulate in your head what it's going to be. And then when they dropped the first look at DC Fandom, it was kind of emo-y. I wasn't 100% sure on what to think, but obviously I loved it in the end. And looking at this suit as well, it kind of feels like it sort of fits in with that style as well. There is like a homemade feel to it. And I feel like Matt Reeves' version of Batman, that did have kind of I actually own a full replica of that suit, strangely enough. And when you're putting it together, there's lots of panels, and it's kind of homemade, and it feels kind of...
Because it's made of hockey pads. That suit is also trash, by the way.
stitched together from other elements and made out of body armor. And yeah, that kind of feels like this. It does have sort of a very Guardians of the Galaxy vibe to it. Again, it kind of feels almost like a jacket when you've zipped it up to the top and it's kind of around your neck.
A shitty jacket.
I know it's a bit. I know this is going to be divisive. I do, because it is a strong take, and it's a suit that we've never really seen before. You know, when you had the Christopher Reeve version, you could obviously see where that had come straight from the comics. Dean Cain's was next. You know, very classic. And
the material, like it looks to me like it's made out of the inside of a tire. Like that's the material that the suit is made out of. It feels like it's made of, like, tires. We should call him Super Michelin Man or something.
In line with it, Brandon Routh, obviously, you know, pretty much just aping the whole Christopher Reeve one. Henry Cavill's one was kind of the first departure. It did feel like it built off the suit, but it toned things down, made it sort of more grounded. And this is that, you know, that was in Snyder's style, and this is definitely in James Gunn's style as well. I do feel that. He looks kind of tired, like his face and the curl and
right. Like imagine getting the most inspiring character of all time, right? And originally calling your movie Superman Legacy, and the first thing you show the audience is this motherfucker slowly putting on his boots, tired as shit, with the world exploding behind him. My God.
Stuff. It's kind of like he has got like marks on his face and dust. So I'm guessing he's just come back from a big fight. I also, can we see the red trunks? He's wearing red trunks. I can see them. We've spotted them. I'm going to put an arrow on the thumbnail down to the trunks. You can hear my kids crying in the background potentially. They might have just heard that the red trunks are coming back.
Right.
So yeah, it's quite an interesting way to take things. It does feel very James Gunn. I didn't expect it to come up like this. I did think he would go more with the classic look, but I'm not exactly hating it.
I am.
It does feel very homemade and put together. I don't think
Paul is literally saying, "This is we have the Superman at home." This is literally, we have Superman at home.
It's bad, but I'm not over the moon with it. I will say that. It's very New 52-y. So when that started. But yeah, it will grow on me. I'm just kind of giving my first reactions here. It's going to be divisive. It does show that they're kind of taking the DCU in a new direction away from, you know, a lot of stuff that's happened before. So I am interested to see where they go with it.
I'm not.
And yeah, very, very strange. Just kind of looking over, seeing if there's more details in it. It's sort of like got almost panels to it. My friend who sent me it, they left their comment beforehand saying they thought it was a slightly bit over designed with all the lines and stuff. I'm not sure. I never feel that way with costumes. And just looking at reactions on Twitter now, people are saying it's like a cross between an MCU costume and a DC costume. So it does kind of have that James Gunn feel to it, but I'm not necessarily thinking that it's fully an MCU sort of rip-off. I would say if they were doing that, they would more kind of go with the classic Superman look. So yeah, that's just my initial thoughts to it. Obviously, you know, it's a big first look. You guys are going to tell me exactly how you feel.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well in the comment section below.
You will.
If you agree with me and you're kind of mid on it, then hit the thumbs up. If you like the costume, hit the thumbs up. And if you disagree with me, then hit the thumbs up because you're liking that you have something to say in the comments. So we're all getting a big thumbs up here. So yeah, thanks for clicking on the video. Just a quick reaction and a lot of news coming out at the moment. If you want something else to watch, you've got a breakdown of the Boys trailer on screen right now. I am in the middle of working on a Mad Max Fury Road breakdown. I think you guys are really going to like it. So make sure you subscribe. And yeah, huge thank you for checking out the video. Without the way, I've been your host, Paul. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.
It's a good day. You know? It's a good day. We gotta appreciate. Oh, you're right. I gotta hit thumbs up on that. Yeah. We gotta appreciate the good days, man. You know? Like, yes, you guys went super hard on Llama, unnecessarily so. Yes, you complained about Star Wars for a long time. Yes, you guys are being real rude about the Superman suit. But you know what? I still appreciate you. And I still like doing this and hanging out with you. You know what I mean? Still had plenty of laughs. Good times over here. So thank you. It's a good day. Josh, remember when My Time to Shine showed us what the suit would look like back in March? And Gunn called her a liar? Yeah, she was actually pretty close. I mean, I think it's even worse. But she kind of had it. You know what I mean? She kind of had it. I counted 2 laughs. Yeah, and we got to appreciate those laughs, Lady Boner, you know? Like, life's too short. I still hope that the movie can be good. No, the movie can definitely be good, man. Here's the thing. Like, Gunn is good at making movies. Like, he is. But, like, I really wish he would stop doing the stuff that he's not great at. Like, I don't think this dude needed to be president of anything. And I think in some of the things he's doing as president, I'm just like, that ain't it. Like, that's not it. So all the stuff that he's not good at is happening first, and then we're going to go see the movie, and that's what he's actually good at. And it's like, if he just kind of shut the fuck up and just cooked, I think we'd be in a better spot, man. So. Wow, we're almost at 3 hours. Damn. It's been good, though. Imagine Supergirl's suit. Oh. Bruh. This is so bad. I can't believe how bad this suit is. I still kind of can't believe it. Mav says, okay, I made it. What did I miss? Nothing, dude. It's been like it's basically been a big kumbaya session over here, man. Thoughts on Ryan Garcia? I mean, what do you mean? My thoughts are, I wonder if he actually did it. Hater stream? What? No. No, man. This has basically been a love fest. Kumbayas and smooching each other and hell yeah. Everything is fine. Josh went on a whole rant about how he hates everyone, especially Whammon and Nerdvengers and Strangely Llamas. Yeah, I mean, that happened too. But we don't have to focus on that. We don't have to focus on that. James Gunn Digimon series with Age of played. What? Yeah. Hey, look at these poll results. 80% of the chat says Dave Filoni dope. The Discord DM, let me see. Holy shit. That's a great what? Scarlet Spider, my man. Is that all 26 of them? I think they made 26 of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's all 26 of them? Dude, look at how hard that last cover is, too. Whew. It's a great run, man. Enjoy it. The ending is a little bit rushed because I think they canceled it and then he just had to, like, kind of wrap it up. But it's really good. Yeah, it's good shit. All right, guys. Well, I mean, I'll chill with you guys for just a little bit, but I do have to get out here and handle some business. So 3 hours, good length today. Probably going to get out of here soon. Probably gonna get out of here soon. I appreciate you guys, though. 666 watching right now. Oh, my God. Yeah, we got like that. And then we got... I don't know how many people we got actually watching on Twitter, but I think it's over 1,000. Because we have 1,700 watching all day between all the platforms. So I think we got like 1,000 on Twitter. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, we do pretty well streaming on Twitter. I don't even know if it's real. To be honest, I don't know what the hell's going on over there. But you know what's funny? I did find myself watching some streams on Twitter recently. I was watching Big Ack react to the Drake song yesterday on Twitter. So, like, it's real to some degree. I just don't know if it's, like, legit. You know what I mean? X is the shit? You mean X is shit. I think that's what you meant to say, Andre. X is shit. Congrats. Thanks. Saw 2000 Scooby-Doo a while ago, and holy fuck, that guy was wild back then. Yeah, Gun? Yeah. Act the Drake simp? Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. Watch party for the Acolyte? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I would love to do... Here's the thing. I think a lot of you guys would love an Acolyte watch party because the odds are I'm going to lose my mind and walk off set. I'm going to give it a fair shot. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to say, 2 episodes. Like, here we go. But I got to tell you, man, it might be a half a episode for me. It just depends. What if the season is dope? I mean, that would be awesome. I still don't want to do watch parties. If the series is dope, maybe we would do the finale. Maybe. Even if it's 9 p.m., yeah, no. It doesn't matter what time they do it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Especially after Saturday. Like I said, Saturday was like a lesson. I went into Saturday. I actually got excited. I sat there. We did the watch party. And I just slowly melted. And then I got really bitter. So I don't want to do that. So I'll watch it on my own. If it's really good, I'll say it's really good. If it's really bad, I'll say it's really bad. And we'll just kind of go from there. Whew. Wow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Josh, I use my free Twitch sub on you. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Oh, you know what? That's what I should have said earlier. We are doing the drawing. We'll do a $200 GameStop gift card on Friday, and you're automatically entered to win if you're a member over here or if you're a member on the Twitch. So, you should become a member. Damn, I need a nap. Bro, I kind of need a nap, too. I'm going to go eat a big old meal and maybe take a nap. We'll see. All right, everybody. Hey, much love. I appreciate you guys. Even Llama, because Llama's a good sport. Vandolph says, not too late to roll with Roddenberry. Star Trek? Oh, no. What if I did, dude? Aren't they fucking up with Star Trek these days, too? What are you eating, Josh? I'm not really sure. Y'all would tell me if I won the GameStop gift card, right? Yes, Captain, we would. Yes. All right, everybody. Much love. I appreciate you guys. Thanks. And, yeah, we'll be back at it on Wednesday. Maybe we'll do a surprise stream or something tomorrow on Twitch. I'm not really sure. I am kind of busy, so I'm not promising anything. But I would love to get on there and maybe do a little gaming and just hang out, okay? Appreciate you. Much love. And as I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome to the Heavy Spoiler Show. I'm your host, Paul, and
What the fuck is this piece of shit? What the fuck is this piece of shit? What the fuck is this piece of shit? What the